I'm Micah Smith, and this is AA Illustrates. In this special episode of AA Illustrates, we're going to be doing an interview with the Estée Lauder Hackathon winners. They recently submitted and won a hackathon with Estée Lauder, and they had integrated Automation Anywhere with their final solution. And so we're going to talk to them about what that solution is and how Automation Anywhere played a role in their win. First off, what is AA Illustrates? AA Illustrates is an episodic series for the RPA community, and it's for everything Automation Anywhere. It's product demos, it's for hands-on labs, it's for product deep dives, trying to understand more about different aspects of the product or different add-ons. But the community definitely drives all of this content. So we're very much checking out Twitter, we're looking at LinkedIn, we're looking at the YouTube comments to understand what kind of stuff that people want to see and how we can create that kind of content for you. So if there's feedback that you have on this session or other sessions, definitely leave us that feedback and we'll make sure to take that into account for future videos. This week is a special AA Illustrates episode in recognition of Breast Cancer Awareness Month. The National Breast Cancer Foundation suggests that 1 in 8 women in the U.S. will develop breast cancer at some point in their lifetime. Globally, the WHO reports that 450,000 deaths occur each year from breast cancer, most of which are in countries of low to middle income, where late-stage diagnosis is common because of a lack of awareness and because of barriers to available health services. In this interview, we're going to talk to the Hack for Pink team about how they're combating breast cancer with early stage detection and availability of testing for low and middle income countries. So without further ado, let's jump into the interview. I am joined by the Hack for Pink team, and the Hack for Pink team won the Estée Lauder competition. Shachindra, can you tell me a little bit about this and what was the purpose of the competition and what was the prompt?
Sure. So we as a team participated in the hackathon by Estée Lauder, and this whole hackathon was about how do we as a team fight breast cancer and how could we come up with certain solutions which not only promotes how can we increase awareness about breast cancer, and also there are like other sustainable solutions that could be incorporated for developing countries as well as developed countries. And that is where we came up with our solution, Pink Buddy app. Our team name was Hack for Pink, and which basically this app was all-in-one solution to promote awareness and give a solution for connecting patients with doctors and create a support group kind of an initiative within the app itself. Anna was from the hackathon team, and she's our mentor. And I would ask Anna to give us a brief on exact problem, if in detail you'd want to, and then Manuel can go about how we made the app from the back end and how the RPA comes into the place.
Awesome, that sounds great.
So team came together in a few days and started collaboration in an amazing way. They inspired by 2 ideas, was making more data-friendly application and looking into collection of radiology, and then with Shachindra and Manuel help, and then with Nidhi involvement, it involved to even richer application development.
That's great.
And also the best part of it was that we all were from different parts of the world. And then it's beautiful that we were able to come together in a very short span, actually, just 1 week, I guess, right? Sachin and Shachindra. So we all came up and we brainstormed and we came up with an idea, and everything was so quick. So it is an app, and I will, would you like us to play the video, or?
Yeah, let's do it.
Perfect.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Shachindra, and I'm really excited to showcase our Hack for Pink project. Just to give you a context of the worldwide problem, breast cancer impacts 2 million women each year and is responsible for about 15% cancer-related deaths. In developing countries, almost 2/3 of breast cancer diagnosis happens at a late stage, for which the survival rate is about 25%. The current market for the breast cancer diagnostics and therapy is growing at a CAGR of 10%, with driving factors being a rise in the healthcare awareness for surgical medical treatment through R&D initiatives and technological advancement. We aim to target 200 million women across various demographic, Asia, Central Europe, and Americas based on region, age, income group, and values, with an aim to create awareness and offer assistance in early diagnosis. With our solution, Pink Buddy, we aim to provide support in addressing the barriers associated with breast cancer through increased awareness and assistance in clinical evaluation. We have designed our app with simplicity and ease of use in mind. It consists of various functionalities like screening and report analysis for assisting the doctors in clinical evaluation, diagnosis, and staging through the use of inbuilt deep learning model. This allows in booking appointments with registered doctors based on the preliminary analysis. We also have a hub which contains credible research material for creating awareness for breast cancer. We aim to integrate the caregiver and support group functionality to provide counseling and motivating force to help overcome fears related to breast cancer. We have integrated DenseNet, which is densely connected convolution neural network for the breast cancer classification with Automation Anywhere RPA solution to trigger automated workflows for booking appointments on external systems and sending notifications and email. For the web app, we have built reactive application with APIs using Firebase and microservices. The model can accept the mammogram and thermal images generated from a thermal camera such as FLIR Thermacam. Now let's see how the app works.
Here's the prototype of our web application. To start, we will log in, enter test credentials, in the home screen, we have buttons to enter screening information, making an appointment, or uploading a thermal image of a breast. This thermal image will be run through our classifier, and our classifier will determine whether the cancer is malignant or benign. So we'll choose a thermal image, upload it. Unfortunately, this test result was malignant, so you can schedule an appointment. So scheduling an appointment will trigger a robotic process automation, which will then send an email to you with the details of that appointment. The last feature is the Research Hub, which is a search engine for clinical trials, which is powered by the National Cancer Institute. You can search for cancer type, treatments, or the city where the clinical trials are being held. So as an example, we search for hormone therapy. So this will give you results of hormone therapy clinical trials, where they are being held, and whether they were approved or whether they were successful or not. The last part is the news articles, where you can read the latest news articles regarding breast cancer. This is all.
Here you can see the RPA bot making the booking on the external system, after which it sends you an email confirmation.
Our unique value proposition lies in providing early stage detection and support with all the essential features in one single platform. We have strong focus on HIPAA and GDPR compliance. We are also creating a global network of caregivers and facilitators ready to help with women with issues related to breast cancer. We'll have an end-to-end encryption system for a self-hosted chat and video streaming platform for support groups and live session to enhance security and privacy of users. After we launch the MVP, we aim to pilot with established health centers and organizations for having more doctors registered on the platform. We'll also create a global network of caregivers for creating awareness campaigns to add human touch. Later on, we'll add support for corporate membership to create awareness and improve the early stage diagnostics for their employees. Our vibrant and passionate team has very good experience in machine learning, AI, application development, Internet of Things, RPA, strategy, and business development. Lastly, I want to summarize by saying our platform provides assistance with clinical evaluation, diagnosis, and staging to both doctors and patients. And I invite you all to join the Pink Buddy platform today to create awareness, connect with others, and let's fight against breast cancer together.
Yeah, so that was about the demo of the product or the application rather. So we have two phases, or three rather. So first is how we can detect the breast cancer at an early stage. So we had ELC conduct a lot of webinars, of which we all were a part of, and also having Nidhi and Anna and also Pragya, women in our team, we were able to really understand the pain and the agony which a person has to go through during all this process. So this app is like a solution. It's like a buddy. It's like an assistant for you throughout the journey, from the time you get diagnosed with it, from and also searching it. The hub provides you distilled information. So sometimes when you go through the internet, you can see a lot of jargons, you can see a lot of if you search for one disease, you can get a lot of things, and which absolutely demotivates you. So this is more of a distilled source wherein we have a data set where you get correct information prescribed by doctors. Like it's professional information which you get. And also when you have to book an appointment, that's where RPA comes up. So Rairo is the person who built the application, the complete application, I would say, Pink Buddy. And there is a UI wherein you can book an appointment with your doctor. And the thing is that now we all have our own medical plans, we all have our own medical providers. So sometimes we wouldn't like to choose something which is outside. So for example, a lot of apps today available which provides you medical assistance, but then you have to book it on their systems and on their providers, on their consultants. So the feature here allows us to actually book something which you are already part of, a member of, but then that is not really possible because that's an external system. So here RPA covers that gap, and you will be able to select any provider which you like, and we can keep on adding providers, because with RPA, even if you don't have a direct API integration, you can actually book the appointment on the external system. So that's where you saw that the appointment is being booked. So from the web app, there is API call, there's a REST API call, and based on that data, the bot gets triggered and books an appointment and sends back an email. We are also planning to integrate it with Uber or Ola so that it can also book you a cab. But then now I think that's for the next stage, I would say. So that was the part of it. Yeah.
Great. Yeah, that was a really good video. Just one question. When we saw there was a camera, is that something that actually plugs into someone's mobile phone and can take those thermal images?
Yeah, we were definitely looking into that kind of context as well, but there are no production ready cameras which basically can be used. So for the time being, we just wanted to showcase like that can also be used, but since those don't have that good resolution, so we recommend Thermacam S45, which is kind of expensive, but still you could use it in your homes and do a picture for yourself and then upload that through your computer or your app to the app. That's the whole idea of our project.
And so the machine learning component of this is that you were doing an analysis of, I guess, breasts that had malignant tumors and those that did not, and then trying to determine based on the image whether it does or does not?
So it was a classification model. So we were using convolutional neural network. We trained that model using images which already had, malignant, cancerous, and there was like fewer benign, and we were able to like create a prediction about 97% it would give you whether it has malignancy or is benign. And based on that model, it could generate images not only from the mammogram but also from a thermal camera. And that's why this particular use case is very unique, because other are only taking mammogram as a test input, but and if you have a thermal image, then that has to be a completely different model. So this was something which we had tinkered with during the hack.
Yeah, that's great. So
also, Mika,
go ahead.
Sorry. Also, Mika, I would like to add, breast cancer diagnosis is quite a serious diagnosis, right? You don't want to get it wrong. So you don't want to diagnose somebody with breast cancer when they don't have it, and you also don't want to miss it when they have it. So we are also mindful that no matter how much machine learning and algorithms we might have ready, medical opinion is still needed. So the idea would be that whatever our app can do in terms of analysis and giving that screening initial prediction, that cannot be seen as a sole tool for guiding whether or not you have breast cancer. So you would still need a medical opinion, but it can speed up your diagnosis process. It can speed up. So if any so what it can do is it can help in seeing if there's any abnormality, first of all, and number one, where the location of that abnormality is. And then if you do see anything abnormal, you can then reach out to your consultant, your doctor, to organize the next steps, the next appointments. And the other thing we wanted to keep in mind in this application, as Manuel touched on very nicely, is that it's effectively a buddy in your very difficult, journey of breast cancer, right from the start till the end, in the sense that right from initial appointment, initial screening, all the way up to, if you want to do any research, and how you manage your appointments thereof. So we really, a lot of thought went into as to what the whole journey would be for somebody diagnosed or suffering from breast cancer.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I think that's an excellent point to bring up. I mean, I think it's one thing to say that I can kind of do that analysis on my own through the Pink Buddy app and at least get some insight into if I need to get this checked out or not. And obviously with the assistance of being able to make an appointment for me and give me some resources related to, I saw trials and then also articles related to that. I mean, that's a life-changing kind of thing when you see results and you think you might have something you need to check out. So I think it's a great advocating tool for women to be able to check out and be able to, further research if they need medical advice or get insights from medical teams. One quick question on that. So how long did it take you guys? I know you said you kind of came together globally, and how long did it take from start to finish on this?
Good question. Manuel, you want to talk about the specific things? So basically, I guess day one, I think it took like about 4 days to start and then build it finally, like code freeze, I guess.
4 days. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, and to basically understand, so the whole problem centered around it was, how do we understand the problem better? So the moment we got clarity on what exactly is we need to deliver in the 4 days by the deadline, we were able to come up with very different solutions. We were thinking of some other line as VR, AR, and IoT based solutions, but this was something that the team felt comfortable doing. And we were able to add things up. Like when the machine learning model was complete, then Manuel was ready with his automation tool. So just to give you an input, the moment the machine learning gives you that whether it's malignant or benign, doesn't matter whether it's there or not. You have to book the appointment will be booked. So you have to have a virtual consultation with a doctor, and then based on that, you can go ahead and research in the hub, check any support groups and things like that. So it was all done in incremental. The priority being on the model, then for of course the automation anywhere bot, which basically does the whole workflow, and then the next thing was support groups and things. So yeah, it was. I guess Manuel, you want to add something on it?
Yeah, I think Shachindra pretty much summed it up. And I guess it was an amazing experience, I would say. Those 3 or 4 days where all night we were up and we were on discussions. So the brainstorming sessions were the best, actually. We came up with a lot of ideas and we all came up with one conclusion and one goal to create something which would change how people think. And also, I think that was amazing. So I think 3-4 days did this. Yeah.
Yeah, that's quite an accomplishment to put together so many disparate technologies all in one app within that time period. Where do you guys see this going from here, right? Where do you extend this? What's next for Pink Buddy?
So yeah, we definitely were thinking to at least put it into pilot, or at least take this further into a version 2.0 of this. So Aamir did say, and we were working with certain health clinics where one of his family members were already being diagnosed, and we were trying to understand whether this app could be from a very basic perspective, as a buddy, could take it from there. How can it be of assistance to the doctors and create a chronological order of the medical reports? So not too much going into zero downing on the machine learning model, but at least starting with very basic and then booking appointments for that specific health institute, and then onboarding other health institutes as well to automate, because not all of them have this automated booking system, right? So sure, this could be something as a good tool to integrate, and that's what we are looking at. And I'm sure Anna and Manuel have been looking at that into various aspects as well. So yeah, I think we'll have some good news in a few weeks.
Also, Mika, in terms of expansion and further plans, we did have a lot of things in mind for our roadmap um, in terms of other features to include and how to expand, in terms of larger scale, larger target audience. And another thing is how to make it relevant for everyone. So, for example, a lot you would have seen that right now this app was in English, right? But we should not be penalizing somebody if English is not their language, right? So another one of the key, very simple feature, but it could actually solve a problem for a lot of people is that if English is not your main language, could you access this app? Yes, all we need to do is make sure all the pages are translated in different languages. So kind of extending this app to cover different languages was one of the very simple thing that we were looking to include, but it would be something different to have, that a lot of apps today, websites don't offer. It's assumed that people would be able to read, infer English when a lot of the breast cancer sufferers would not know English. So simple things like that. We were trying to make sure, keeping in mind usability, user friendliness in mind.
Cool. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think it's really important that this is extended worldwide, and so that people in all kinds of areas and with all different backgrounds and obviously speaking different languages have access to such a valuable tool. What other projects are you guys working on? Anything else? Any other solutions, RPA or otherwise, you want to talk about?
Yeah, well, for myself, ever since this was my first hackathon, and I guess it just got me started. Ever since then, I've entered multiple more hackathons, and I've actually gone on to win awards in other hackathons as well. I'm actually participating in a hackathon right now as well, as we speak. So yeah, it's really got me excited. So this was my foundation, and I've got my team here to thank me. I had a great start with the team, and yeah, it's really got me started. So yeah, I am exploring other hackathons and building other prototypes for other projects now.
That's
Yeah.
great. Anyone else?
Yeah, I mean, this was one of the best hackathons that I have participated, and winning this was like, wow. I mean, and also like working with other teammates as Manuel and Rairo was really insightful, understanding how a development. So my background is more from cybersecurity and blockchain. I do full stack, and I'm more versed with the backend technology. So right now, I'm focusing on building some cybersecurity tools, which basically helps fight misinformation and how can you be more safe rather using VPN or any other solutions in the market. So it's like a extension that we are trying to create. And yeah, that's what me and Rairo are also like looking to possibly work with, and especially RPA. I've started to look into it. Earlier, I was thinking more of like it's a testing as a case, but the more I get into it, the more I'm learning. I'm trying to see that it also has use cases in IoT and triggering multiple workflows in multiple subsystems as well. So I guess next one I'm going to be taking it up as well.
That's great. And Manuel, this is not your first hackathon, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so for background, Manuel, you won the Automation Anywhere hackathon in early 2020, right?
Correct, yes.
And have you been just rolling through hackathons since then?
Yes, I think that was the first time when I started off with the botathon. I think that's what gave me more of an exposure, I would say, after which I started looking up for more hackathons. And that's how this journey started. I think I'm really thankful to Automation Anywhere for giving me that opportunity, actually. Like that was a launch pad. And after which I realized that how we can actually use technology to solve real human problems, and how RPA can be a core technology to integrate almost anything. So that was something which was very inspiring, and that's how I came up with this idea to integrate RPA here as well. So I think this was the only submission across the hackathon in ELC which used RPA for this best cancer solution. Yeah, so I'm looking forward for more. I have something which is coming up maybe soon. It's still in ideation, so yeah.
Awesome. Great. Well, hey, I want to thank everyone from the Pink Buddy team. This was an awesome project. Thanks so much for sharing your solution. I appreciate you guys taking the time to do a quick demo and everything. And again, we'll make sure to tag all of you on this. So thanks so much for your time, and congratulations again.
Thank you,
Great.
Mika.
Thank you.
It was a privilege for us to be here and talk to you, and being involved with Automation Anywhere is awesome. Is definitely very good.
Very cool.
Thank you for your time.